Welcome everyone. In this video, we're going to work on making a keychain in Adobe Illustrator. And this keychain is going to be cut out of vinyl material on the Roland printer. So I'm going to show you how to get the keychain ready and how to apply the swatch to cut it. So first things first, let's go ahead in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to make a new file and we're going to match the size of our keychain, which is 70 millimeters wide by 30 millimeters tall. And the reason why we're using millimeters, you guys will notice as we work with some of the laser cutters and stuff, they offer very precise measurements and a lot of them are based on millimeters. So go ahead and hit create and this will give you your new file. Now, one of the first things I want to do, there is a hole in the top left and we're going to make a guide for that hole just so you know where it is. So let's go ahead and let's just grab our ellipse tool. Go ahead and just click once and you'll get your settings for the ellipse and we want to be 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. Click OK. And we want to make sure the top left here, the left corner, the X is going to be 3 and the Y is going to be 3. And that'll get that ellipse right in the perfect spot. Now, I want to make this a guide because I don't want it to show up on the actual project. So go ahead, select it and go to View. View, Guides, Make Guides. And now we have a circle that's a guide that shows you where that hole is on the keychain. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. And before we get started, I want to talk about adding fonts. So for this project, we're going to make a keychain with a font that expresses your personality. So I'm going to recommend you guys go to fonts.adobe.com. Here you go. Log in with your student email address. This is my home one, but same idea. And you can start browsing different fonts. So I'm going to look for a good font for me. I'm going to go over here and I want something. Let's see, we're going to try something brush pen. So when I click brush pen, it's going to show me different items here. Let's see, I really like this Lumiose brush. Let me click on that. And this is one I want to use if I want to test how my name looks. I can type Smalling. It's okay, not my favorite. Let's go back here and let's take a look. I can change my sample text. There we go, and I can get an actual visual preview of how it looks. And I'll be honest, I want something nice, clean, maybe this Gelato Luxe here. So I'm going to go ahead and say, Add Family, and we're going to add that one in. Click OK, and you'll notice in Illustrator, I will have that here in just a second. So first, let's go ahead, let's grab our type tool, and we're going to click. So one of the first things about Illustrator that you may or may not remember, there are two types of text. If you click and drag and make a box, this is area text. And area text means it's going to wrap at the end of each line. If you just click, this is called point text. And point text, it goes on forever until you actually break the line. So I'm going to use point text. I'm going to type in Smalling. And I'm going to scale up my name, make it nice and big. And I'm going to choose that font we just added, which was Gelato Luxe. And there we go. It's a nice, thick font. One of the things about working with vinyl, you have to be careful of thin lines. The machine can only cut vinyl down to a certain size. I'd have to look up exactly what it is, but maybe 3 points or so. Like you definitely got to have some space. So I would like a nice thick font on my keychain. So this is it. I've defined the artwork. Now we got to add a swatch to tell this font to cut. So let's go ahead and let's add a swatch. So first we're going to open up our swatch panel. And inside here, you'll notice I have all my swatches, but I need to load a special swatch. So what you're going to do is go up here. You're going to go down to Open Swatch Library and say Other Library. And then I am going to choose my file. Now I've already downloaded it. It's on my desktop, my VersaWorks.ai. I'm going to click open, and you're going to notice it's going to open up with 4 colors here. And we can show this in a small list view so you can see. The only one we need to work with is the one called Cut Contour. These 3 other swatches are for other parts of a printer. We don't have access to these, so do not use these. The only one we use is Cut Contour. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the stroke to that Cut Contour color, and I'm going to set the width to 0.25. And this file would be ready to cut, but you guys will notice there is an issue. The issue here, notice when I use a cursive font, we have overlapping items. If I let it cut this file, as you see, it would cut out these spaces in the middle as well. And I don't want that. So we need to take one more step in this project to get this ready to cut. We are going to convert our text to outlines. Now, when I convert it to outlines, it will no longer be editable text. So if this is something you want to be able to edit, you should hold Alt, drag off a copy. In my case, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to hit Object, or no, I'm going to hit Type, Create Outlines. And once I do that, that is a destructive process. This is now editable paths going around. Now, how do I get rid of these marks in here? There's several different ways to do it, but the easiest way, let me just hide some items here. Easiest way for me to get rid of these is just to grab my text and use this pathfinder here, click to unite, and it's going to turn all of this into a compound shape. That way it sees it as one solid object. So watch what happens when I hit it. You'll notice all those lines in the middle go away. The other way to do this, let me undo the unite, would be to use our shape builder tool here. And if I grab our shape builder tool, I can roll in here and connect all these using the shape builder tool. And it's the same as a pathfinder. It's just a different way of working with pathfinder tools. This takes a few seconds longer, but the outcome is still the same. Notice everything is set together. So this project here would be ready to go to print. The swatch is the Cut Contour swatch. It is set at 0.25. The object itself is sized to the exact size. Maybe I want it a little bit bigger, in which case I can scale it up a little bit more. Make sure you're still at 0.25. And then when you're ready, you can save a copy. And I would call it a PDF and give it my name and hit save. And then I would load this file up on the Roland. It would cut it out of vinyl, and then you're going to weed and adhere it to the final keychain. And that's the keychain project. Let me know if you have any issues.